Do you know what gave birth to the story of the Ramayana? It was not a war nor a kingdom, but the quiet arrival of a child, the eldest son of Ayodhya, Rama. Without his birth, the Ramayana would never have unfolded. Tonight, let us step together into that beginning, where kings longed for heirs, where mothers dreamed of cradling children, and where destiny itself was waiting at the gates of Ayodhya. Welcome to my channel, and in today's first section, we begin the timeless journey of the Ramayana. Long ago, in an age wrapped in gentle light, there stood the kingdom of Ayodhya. As the sun rose slowly over the Sarayu River, its golden warmth touched palace walls of soft sandstone, waking the city as though from a sweet dream. The palace of Ayodhya was not just stone and grandeur. It was a home to its people, a place where laughter and music flowed, and where every flag in the breeze seemed to bless the land with peace. Along the banks of the Sarayu, children played with tiny boats made of clay, their laughter mingling with the song of the river. Villages thrived here, simple and serene, like verses in an endless lullaby. When night arrived, the Sarayu became a mirror to the moon. Its waters shimmered in silver silence, and the fireflies danced like little stars, carrying dreams into the hearts of all who lived nearby. At the heart of Ayodhya's palace sat King Dasharatha. His face was calm, his eyes kind. Though a king by duty, in his heart he was a father waiting, longing for the soft voices of children in his halls. By his side were his queens, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra, each carrying grace in their smile, each dreaming quietly of the day they might cradle a child in their arms. As twilight descended, the palace gardens glowed with oil lamps. The fragrance of lotus blossoms drifted in the breeze, and even the trees seemed to hush, as though waiting for a promise yet to come. In the villages, people gathered under the banyan tree. An old storyteller's voice floated into the night, his words carrying tales of gods and heroes, while children leaned in, eyes bright with wonder. And yet in the quiet of his soul, Dasharatha prayed. Kneeling before the altar, his hands folded, he whispered his deepest wish to the gods, the blessing of children whose laughter might fill the palace halls. The temple walls echoed with gentle chants. Lamps flickered, smoke rose like tender prayers, and every sound seemed to assure the king that his longing had been heard. Far away in the quiet of the forests, sages lived in simple ashrams. They sat in meditation, their breath steady, their eyes turned inward, watching over the world with patience older than time. Among them was Vishwamitra, a sage of great power and purpose. His footsteps on the forest floor were light, yet they echoed with the certainty of destiny drawing near. One night, the king lay awake beneath a canopy of stars, his mind turning gently to the emptiness of his palace halls without the sound of children's laughter. The heavens seemed to listen, constellations shimmering like promises written across the sky, waiting to descend into his life. As dawn spread golden fingers across Ayodhya's gates, sage Vishwamitra arrived, his presence carrying the calm of centuries and the weight of divine intention. With deep reverence, King Dasharatha welcomed the sage, his hands folded, his voice gentle like a son before a father. In the royal court, silence spread as Vishwamitra spoke, his words soft yet firm, carrying the certainty of rivers finding the sea. The queens listened from shadowed corridors, their eyes filled with hope that the sage's presence meant blessings were drawing close. The sage spoke of a sacred sacrifice, a yagna of great power, by which gods might bless Dasharatha with the children he so long desired. Priests readied the altar, arranging flowers and sacred firewood, each movement as calm as the turn of seasons. The king's heart swelled with quiet joy, for the promise of children felt nearer than the stars, and the palace walls seemed to hum with anticipation. On the appointed night, the yagna began. Flames rose like golden birds, their light painting the faces of priests, their warmth touching the still night air. Offerings were placed with steady hands, their smoke curling like prayers into the sky, carrying the king's longing higher than the clouds. From the fire emerged a radiant figure, gentle as dawn, bearing blessings in the form of sacred nectar meant to fulfill the king's prayers. The king received the vessel with trembling joy, his heart bowing deeper than his body, tears shining like pearls in his eyes. With devotion, the nectar was shared among the queens, each holding it as one holds a miracle, their eyes closed in prayerful gratitude. That night, Ayodhya slept under the calm moon, while within the palace walls, a new future stirred softly in silence. Dreams of infants filled the hearts of the queens, and empty cradles swayed softly, as if the wind already sang lullabies. Even the garden seemed to bloom brighter, jasmine unfolding as though to welcome the children yet to arrive. In villages, women sang lullabies under the starry sky, unaware that soon their songs would echo the laughter of royal children. At last, dawn broke upon Ayodhya, its light softer, warmer, carrying within it the quiet herald of miracles. From Queen Kaushalya came a child, radiant as the morning sun, Rama, whose very name meant joy, whose presence stilled hearts. His skin glowed like tender dawn, and his breathing was calm as the rhythm of waves, a living blessing resting in gentle arms. Soon after, Kaikeyi and Sumitra too were blessed, and the palace filled with the soft coos of children, Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrughna. Bells rang, garlands adorned gates, and Ayodhya rejoiced as though the heavens themselves had stepped down to embrace the earth. Villagers danced, their voices rising with joy, their steps light as if carried by the wings of happiness itself. Music swelled through the palace halls, strings of the veena singing softly, drums beating gently like the heartbeat of celebration. Priests blessed the infants, their chants rising like protective walls of sound, wrapping the children in unseen armor of divine grace. Streets glowed with oil lamps, flowers scattered like blessings at every doorstep, the kingdom shining like a festival of stars. King Dasharatha held Rama close, his heart quiet, his soul finally at peace, for his prayers had been answered in the gentlest of ways. The child gazed at a flickering lamp, his eyes wide and calm, as if even in infancy he carried the wisdom of ages. On balconies overlooking the Sarayu, the queens cradled their children, whispering lullabies that drifted into the night air. The river mirrored the glowing palace, as if the heavens themselves wished to double the kingdom's joy. Rama lay in his cradle, flowers surrounding him, their fragrance mingling with the innocence of new life. Another dawn came, brighter than before, and with it, a promise of stories yet to unfold, woven into the life of the young prince. Guards stood watch, not out of fear, but as protectors of a kingdom now brimming with hope. Villagers brought fruits, grains, and handmade treasures, their simple gifts glowing with the warmth of love. In the temples, bells rang, priests offering thanks for the blessing of children who would shape the destiny of the land. In the palace gardens, the queens walked slowly, each step measured, each glance filled with wonder at the little lives in their arms. And in the heart of Ayodhya, under the golden sun, baby Rama smiled, a smile that would one day light the world with dharma, yet for now was only a child's gentle joy. Stay tuned for next chapter of Ramayana.